Blake Lively, one of the 100 most influential people of 2025, is utterly ridiculous. By including Blake on their absurd list, Time magazine has proved that it is nothing but a cheap, trashy magazine that can be bought. Wonder how much Blake and her scheming husband, Ryan Reynolds, paid to include her on this list. It only goes to show the level Time magazine has fallen. Not so long ago, Time magazine used to be respectable. However, they're not fooling anyone with those farcical standings and questionable inclusions. As a parent, I don't want her to be held up as an icon of influence. All she has done is destroy and diminish normal human decency and common courtesy, forget empathy, compassion, and consideration. I guess times have changed. Maybe today, influential means scheming, cunning, selfish, narcissistic, megalomaniac, all-devouring dragon. If you aim to be a sociopathic, vindictive narcissist, Blake is just the right role model. You can learn how to steal a movie from a director, destroy his life and his family, get crew fired and replace them with your friends, get the New York Times to publish her fabricated allegations, get a donut shop in deep trouble and hawk your overpriced and flaky wares while promoting a film on domestic violence. Shit show of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's just keeps getting ridiculously worse and worse. Lively filed a complaint followed by a lawsuit alleging sexual harassment, workplace misconduct, and a coordinated campaign to harm her reputation. This coincided with the publication of a New York Times article denigrating Baldoni. Baldoni countersued the New York Times, Blake Lively, and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, with his own lawsuit for civil extortion and defamation. Between December 20, 2024, and January 31, 2025, multiple lawsuits were filed concerning workplace-related issues during the film's production. Isn't it ironic that a movie highlighting domestic violence should end up being tarnished by the two leading actors' ugly personal spat? Sadly, the message of the movie, empowerment of women, and triumphing against domestic violence will be tainted by the ugly power game of a woman's aggressive takedown of a less powerful man. A complete antithesis to its storyline. As a survivor, I find it hard to believe someone with Blake's power clout was a victim of sexual harassment by some unknown Baldoni. At the heart of all abuse is inequality of power, money, and hierarchy. The rich and powerful are the abusers always. It is beyond belief that someone like Justine Baldoni, who is much lower on the totem pole, would sabotage his pet project just to satisfy his ego or carnal urges. Justin, the male feminist, is no fool. He had too much at stake in the movie, It Ends With Us, which is adapted from the Colleen Hoover book of the same name. It Ends With Us is a story about domestic violence. In the movie, Lively's character, Lily Bloom, falls for Baldoni's character, who is physically abusive. Women like Lively, with their faux victimhood, have done a great disservice to the real victims who struggle to find justice and healing. Most women find it hard to fight against any kind of sexual harassment because they are financially and socially weaker. Abusers get away with abuse because they have much more power in influencing social perceptions. I cannot believe someone like Blake Lively, who managed to get on Time's list, couldn't tell Baldoni, hey blank behave, if he was crossing the line. Real victims are silenced due to various factors, mostly financial. That was not the case with Lively. Lively's shameless exploitation of real trauma for personal gain is vile. Her fake victim act isn't just cringe, it's offensive. Using sexual harassment to vilify a man to get what she wants is evil. Lively's legal team has called Baldoni's $400 million defamation lawsuit a calculated attempt to punish her for speaking out. They're claiming his legal moves threaten the rights of sexual assault victims everywhere and that it sends a chilling message to other survivors: speak out and risk being destroyed. Lively also made it clear she's not backing down, stating she'll continue fighting to show that victims are not alone. What utter bollocks. To milk a serious issue for selfish and devious reasons. Blake, with her lawsuit, has done a great disservice to all women. No one is going to believe women. If a powerful woman couldn't assertively tell a not-so-powerful man to back off at the first sign of disrespect, then what message is she sending to other women? Justine, for all his posturing as the male feminist defeating toxic masculinity, sure got sucker punched. Whether he genuinely cares about women and their struggles is questionable. He comes across as a poser just trying to cash in on trends and social issues. Let this be a lesson to men. Keep work relationships strictly professional. Don't go into someone's personal space while they are pumping their breasts to discuss work-related issues. Have firm boundaries. Don't let someone take over your project with their better ideas. Be clear and direct about their role, duties, and expectations. If they digress, immediately shut them down and call in the higher-ups. Don't ask them about their weight or age. Don't call them past midnight, even if they have texted you. According to the grapevine, The real reason for her lawsuit was that she wanted to steal the rights to the sequel to the movie It Ends With Us. It's utterly despicable that she so callously tried to destroy Justine Baldoni's career, reputation, and life for mercenary ambition. No, we women don't want this cutthroat, greedy, lying, morally bankrupt woman to be the spokesperson for women's empowerment. It is because of this type of woman, real victims are not believed. Shame on Times Magazine.